Kicks 105.5, a great day to you. I'm Sean Knight. On the line is my very good friend, Mike Barra from Barra Insurance Agency. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Oh, I'm always better once I have you in either the studio or on the line to talk insurance. Gets me excited, Mike.
And it's that reason why I'm excited to be calling in from a distance today.
Yeah, that's why.
Social distancing from you is working.
I can see how you got your wife now. Boy, you're a smooth talker.
Hey,
with stay-at-home orders for some of the people that are insurance carriers that you are contracted with, is this difficult because of dealing with a lot of communication through either Skype, Zoom, or talking on a telephone, different from any other time that you would be talking with your carriers?
So the good news is this, is that a lot of the companies have had proactive plans in place that they just merely had to implement. And over the years, as technology has gotten better, more and more, insurance company employees have been working remotely. So, a couple of months on a regular basis, this is no different than a normal Monday or a normal Tuesday or a normal Wednesday. So they work from home all the time. So that's a good thing. So that means that they're as functional as they always have been. There's no slowdown. There's no delay. It's very nice and comforting to have that. And last week, what you and I had talked about, it was still a very big question mark as to whether we would be able to still staff our office with the governor's orders of the stay safe, stay home, or stay home, stay safe. I forget which way it goes. But it was deemed at 5:40 p.m. last Wednesday that insurance agencies were essential services. So insurance agencies are allowed to remain open, but the doors are closed and no face-to-face work is able to be made. And why is that? Well, unlike an insurance company who has the resources and the means, a lot of the insurance agencies do not have the ability to set up all of our employees to be working remotely. So as such, we're allowed to have employees working at the office, which is nice because they're still able to make and take phone calls, make and take emails and text messages. And that's great because we're able to really help people every day as we have these big question marks looming over what's happening tomorrow.
And so as far as you're talking about some staff at home, some staff there at your office, obviously they're there, but as an outsider trying to pay my bill, put it through the slot or, make a payment over the phone. Cybersecurity,
yes.
That's got to be a concern with carriers who are communicating a lot of information as far as, checking or credit cards or what have you for people who have insurance that they want to pay.
It is. Insurance companies have taken very, very strong safety measures in place. It's interesting. If you start reading about it, now all of a sudden Zoom, which has become a very popular way of communicating with people via either audio, video, or both, that people have been hacking into those and doing inappropriate things. And so we're finding that insurance companies are really taking they all have very strong IT departments that are on top of that, making sure that everything is where it needs to be and that sensitive information is protected. They're very, very on top of that.
This is a question that has been on my mind. And, I always ask simple questions and you always give me a wonderful answer rather than going, Sean, you're stupid. How is COVID-19?
It's a good thing my head stays quiet. But go ahead.
How is COVID-19 affecting the coverage and cost of insurance, either personally or, for the most part, this question is about business? And to that question, is this considered a natural disaster?
You're that's a very good question, actually. Even in your worst question days, that's a good question.
Wow,
that's
one
awesome.
for Sean.
So, please ring the bell. That's great.
Thank you.
But what's happening now, and we talked about it a little bit last week with insurance and businesses, businesses last week were just merely restaurants that were more or less kind of shuttered. They were able to do the delivery and the pickup, but nothing else. That's greatly impacting restaurants who are used to turning tables. So that was a big thing that we were working on last week. Well, now more and more businesses are shuttered and no money is coming in. What do insurance companies do to address that? Well, it's very much an audible at this point. So we are trying to proactively reach out to businesses that are impacted by this to see if they're okay, to see if there is anything that we can do. There's a couple things that we possibly could do. One is we could review coverages to see if there's anything that we can do to shave off cost, even if it's just temporary. So when the same could be held for your home and auto, if there's things that you can make modifications to there, because as businesses are shuttered, people are now furloughed or seeing less pay or seeing less people in the household with income. There's so many variables at play that insurance companies are working with you. The biggest headline that I'll give you this morning, Sean, is that insurance companies have put a hiatus on insurance premiums, and it's a case by case. So you need to talk to you can't just not pay it. So don't let your insurance cancel. Reach out and have a communication with your agent and say, look, what can we do to push off my payments? I have companies now pushing payments out 60 days. Some going further, and there's no late fees. There's no cancellations. There's no reinstatement fees. You will still owe the money. They're just pushing it out until money is coming back in again. So There's a lot of ways that the insurance industry is addressing this. And the big question mark, natural disaster question is a huge one. This is something that is not covered by insurance. Business owners' policies all have a very specific exclusion for virus. And whether that's going to change or not as a result of this, one of the numbers I heard last night is more people have died in America now due to the COVID-19 than 9/11, which was a pretty big mile marker. 9/11 triggered different coverages like the Terrorism Risk Insurance Act, which was put in place by legislation as a result of some of the negative impact that was felt at that time. I could foresee something like that happening after this is over.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Mike. It sounds like someone's trying to get a hold of you on the other line, so I'll let you go. But Mike Barrett, Barrett Insurance Agency, is available to discuss all of these things that we talk about on the air and so many other things, along with looking at what current policy you have with him or maybe not with him, and then learning that he's probably the best choice. Give Mike Barrett a call at
748-5224. Visit us on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury. At the door only. Don't you dare come in.
No.
We're online, thebarrettagency.com. Google, Facebook, and YouTube is all Barrett Insurance Agency.
Hugs and kisses to the whole family, brother. Talk to you soon.
Same to you, sir. Have a wonderful day. Stay well.
Yep, you too. Bye.